So, hello everyone, hello my dear students. So, in this lecture I will explain the logistic regression here, is not it? Logistic regression means it is the category of supervised learning. Obviously, as the name suggests, supervised learning means the supervision will be there, and supervised learning is categorized into two parts, classification and regression. Is that clear? Regression, one of the method of regression is the logistic regression. So many other regression is also linear regression we have discussed. Now we are discussing here logistic regression. In the linear regression, what you have seen? In the linear regression you have seen that the data was the continuous, right, when the data was the continuous, and in the logistic regression, that is the logistic regression works on the categorical data, right. This is just a when works under 0 and 1, your result will always lie between the 0 and 1. So, logistic regression is what? Basically logistic regression is more or less comes under the technique classification, and classification is the part of the supervised learning, and supervised learning is just a one of the type of the machine learning, right. So, what basically machine learning is? Machine learning basically focuses here logistic regression, and this particular logistic regression is belongs to the family of the supervised machine learning, and basically machine learning is what? A prominent technology. But yes, this is just a subset of artificial intelligence, and what does it mean? It boosts many industrial areas and professional processes as well as our daily life. You know, it helpful to build intelligent computer system. It helpful to build intelligent computer system for what? To learn from available data set and to handle the situation, so that you can easily take the prediction, right. But here the example of machine learning, you can see that chatbot, spam filtering and serving, search engine, disease predictions, everywhere you just see the example of machine learning. You can see the example of machine learning. Okay. So, here we will focus here we will try to teach you, I will try to teach you just logistic regression. So, logistic regression will work basically the statistical analysis, work on the statistical analysis. This is just a method by which the in this method the statistical analysis will use for taking the prediction of binary outcome. Okay. Binary outcome means when the categorical data, when you will predict the things yes or no, true or false, male or female, when categorical data introduces, then logistic regression comes into the picture. Okay. So, the logistic regression based on the underlying technique quite the same as linear regression, but linear regression is provided the continuous output. Linear regression, what you have seen in the previous lecture, you have seen they are providing the continuous output, but logistic regression is provided to the constant output. It will provide you the output between 0 to 1. Okay. And the term logistic is taken from the logit family that is used in this method for the classification. Okay. So, in detail, if I am telling you that logistic regression, so it can also estimate the probability of events, okay, including and determining a relationship between several features, and the probability of outcome will be dependent on this determination of relationship, and this could be used for the predicting whether a particular student will be pass or fail. How you will predict? On the basis of number of hours studied, that is provided, right, that is provided. That means the background detail will be provided, the training data set is provided. On the basis of that training data set, on the basis of that particular background knowledge, you will able to predict, and you will able to, you can give the response in terms of two values, that he will pass or he will fail. Okay. So, logistic regression is also important because it transforms complex calculations around probability into the straightforward arithmetic problem. For example, a medical researchers may want to know the impact of a new drug treatment outcome across the different age group. Okay. So, what are the types of logistic regression here? The types of logistic regression is basically categorized into 3 parts: binomial, multinomial and ordinal. These are the 3 types where you will use binomial logistic regression. Binomial logistic regression will always lies in when the value will be 2, when the value will be 2. Okay. So, 2 possible will be there, pass or fail, yes or no, then binomial logistic regression will introduce. And if there are 3 more possible and unordered type of dependent variable, suppose whether the particular animal is a cat, dog, sheep, cow. So, how you are decided on the basis of which regression technique? Multinomial regression technique, when you are given a unordered types of data sets, right, then you will use this. And when 3 or more possible ordered type of data set if it is provided, then you will use ordinal regression. Okay. That means low, medium, high, there is an ordered, after low it will be medium and after medium it will be high, there is an ordering, right. So, here you will use ordinal regression. So, basically logistic regression is what? Logistic regression can be obtained from the linear regression also. Okay. So, here you can see when the regression comes, that means dependent and independent variables are related to each other. These are the independent variable and they are dependent upon y. Okay. They are dependent upon y. So, the logistic regression y can be between, always logistic regression will be between 0 and 1. So, y by 1 minus 1 if for y equal to 0 and finite for y equal to 1. But if we need the range between the minus infinitive to plus infinitive, then what happen? You will take the logarithmic value, because value will be more than that. The value will be in the manner of finite and infinite values, right. There will not be any some bounded attribute values. So, you will take the log of that, right. So, basically it is important to understand the formula of the logistic regression. So, basically logistic regression is what? Logistic regression will work on this formula also, 1 upon e to the power minus x, right. This is the type that you have said, this sigmoid function. Sigmoid function is very much give impact on this logistic regression, and e is 1 minus e to the power minus x. X is what? This is the independent variable and this is the dependent variable. Okay. So, and e is the Euler constant, 2.1, Euler is 2.718, but this is the value of the Euler constant. So, what happened? Sigmoid function means if your data is given in the data set and your data is scattered in this manner, right. Your data is scattered around this set, this value, right, and this is just in y axis you have bounded it 0 and 1. That means in between it will be 0.5. So, this is just a target from where you will decide under which category the data will lie, upper part or lower class. This is the class A, this is the class B. On the basis of this categorization, on the basis of this particular target value, whatever it is, right, whatever it is, you will whatever it is provided, you will just put the data set in that area and on the basis of that you will divide. That is why it is comes under the heading classification. So, sigmoid function is very helpful here. So, for giving the predicted output, right. But here the things is how you will implement it into the daily life, how it is what are the real life application, right. Being a management student, where you will use the logistic regression. Your data is provided and you will find out the things, you will find out the output, and according to that output you will able to decide now. So, how you will take the decision? Suppose the training data set is given, and this is the this is the comes under supervised training learning set. So, supervised means tabular manner data will be given. So, on the basis of this data set you have to predict what? Suppose the data set is given and contain the information of various users. Various user means, various users means user ID is given and this is the basically detail of customer. So, on the basis of this this data is provided to you by the supervisor or from the social networking side, from where it is does not matter. So, what you have to decide which one will be your target customer, right. So, in there for target customer what you will do, who will buy your product. So, then how you will decide this? You will just regret the, you will just analyze the thing, or you will just logistic regression, yes or no, the person will, the customer will purchase your car, the customer will not purchase your car. You will not doing in all that, you are not doing any other thing, right. So, yes or no, you have to take the output in the yes or no manner. So, but how you will regretfully analyze it? You will do what you will do. So, the company, if this company wanted to check how many users from the data set wants to purchase a car, then you will analyze the data set on the basis of this, right. I have told you about the KNN algorithm, how you will analyze the thing. I have told you the decision tree algorithm, how you will analyze the thing. What are the ways, how you will take this? You will just first take it the target attribute, just find out the dependent variable and just take it out the independent variable, and you will just find out the relationship between all that, right. And how it is? It is just in previous example you have learned so many factors by which you can decide, right. Here logistic is you have to give your answer in the yes or no manner only. So, whether he will purchase or not. So, this if particular data set is provided, then what you have analyzed here, if the person having the age 18 and if he got salary something and does not matter female or male, right, he cannot purchase the car, right. But the person who are having the age 30 and if it is he is male and salary is 38,000, obviously he will also not carrying a car with him. If the person is 25, he is male and salary is this, no car is there for him. If the person at the age of 40 and the person is female and salary is 1 lakh plus, then he is having a car with her, okay. And the next data is available that said what, that the person if age is 38 and he is male, you know, and salary is also having above 1 lakh, then he is carrying a car. The person having a age 20 and male, salary is this, so he does not have car. So, you will analyze this data set, this is just a limited data, but you have provided in the data in the thousands of the you have provided thousands of the data. So, you will analyze each one in the minutely, right. Who will buy the car and who will not buy the car. With this particular training data set, what you have decided, the person who are having the salary above 1 lakh, then he is carrying a car with him. See, here the salary is above 1 lakh, above 1 lakh, above 1 lakh, then he or she the having with he or she is having a car with him. It does not matter whether he is female or male, but when he is carrying a car, when he or she will having a salary above 1 lakh. That means your sigmoid function will work. Sigmoid function means your data will in this category or in this category, means this is the buy category and this is just a not buying and this is just a buying category. That means if it is closer to 1 and if it is closer to 0, he will not carrying a car. If it is close to 1, the data set is scattered, see, data set is scattered like this, Okay. So, the data if it is comes under this close to 1, that means if the data, if the salary is above 1 lakh, then he or she will able to purchase the car. Okay. So, logistic regression means you have to find out the relationship between dependency and independency, and after analyzing this you will able to predict the thing. Okay. Logistic regression will be applied on categorical data, means yes or no, plus minus, male female, true false, there will only 2 data if it is provided, then you are able to predict the things. So, logistic regression will, sigmoid function is very much helpful to find out this analysis. To take the regression analysis, it is very much easy. Okay. So, if here it is only limited data, but you have provided thousands of data for analyzing the things, whether the particular customer, whether the particular person will able to purchase the car or not, anything what you want to analyze it, isn't it. So, basically logistic regression will work. There are so many factors, so many independent variable, and that you will analyze it, and on the basis of this independent variable, the dependency you will find, this dependency will be reflected to all the independent set, and all that independent variable, dependent variable will be decided in the 0 or 1 manner. So, basically linear regression was not, basically linear regression was also applying, but linear regression just give the output in a continuous manner, and logistic regression you have to take only the 2 values, you have to take your answer in terms of 2 values only, categorical nature, right. So, you will just find it out y1 log y, you will take for the so many infinite and infinite number of ranges, you will take the logarithmic also, and this is the final equation of the logistic regression. And logistic regression means there is the sigmoid function, that is 1 by 1 plus e to the power minus x. This is just a logistic regression equation, this is just a sigmoid regression equation, sigmoid 1 minus x, e you will put the value and you will just find the value of y, and several other methods you have seen till now, that was the decision tree, that was the KNN, that was the support vector machine. These all are the techniques by which you will analyze the data, and how it is analyzed, it is already there in the video. So, just see and just check it out, how the data will, how the dependent variable will be able to take the decision, isn't it. So, if this example, on the basis of this example, you just give your prediction, okay, on in any of the areas. Some other areas where you can apply the logistic regression also, like healthcare organization. Healthcare organization will set up the preventive care for individual that show the higher propensity for specific illness. So, this is just a logistic where you have to minutely watch the background knowledge, and after this prediction, after this analyzation, you will able to predict, you will able to say the particular any of the things, okay, on the basis of the background detail. So, in drug research techniques, these aspects, these are part of the effectiveness and medicines on health outcome across. You will see all the details, age, gender and ethnicity. And in weather forecasting apps, you will predict snowfall and weather condition also. So, on the basis of logistic regression, these are other areas where you will apply. Okay. In insurance, to predict the chances that a policy holder will die before the policy's term expire based on specific criteria such as gender, age and physical examination. That is why they are examining previously, he or she is perfectly all right or not. You know, they are just checking the background detail, whether he has having any disease or in the background. If he has find any critical disease, then he will not, then they are not giving you they are not provided the insurance to you. Okay. So, insurance will predict the chances that policy holder will die before the policy term expire. So, in banking sector, to predict the chances has a loan applicant will whether a person is fit for the loan or not. You will also check the background detail, right, its annual income, past default and past debts, everything you will check it by, and then the bank will able to give you the loan. Okay. So, logistically means in detail, in categorical manner, in the background detail manner, you will just analyze the data and then predict the situation in which category it will lie. So, logistic regression model can help the term identity data anomalies which are predictive of fraud also. So, these are some applications where you will use the logistic regression. Okay. So, basically logistic regression where you will apply in the categorical data. Okay. So, I hope you will understand the logistic regression, why it introduces and what are the difference of logistic regression and linear regression, isn't it. So, I hope this video will helpful to understanding the logistic regression. So, thank you everyone, thank you all of you.